I think the purpose of the conversation is exactly what you're saying, which is for you to be able to say, hey, this is a better way to use a rubric to make your selection or to have your standard. Or so that's the only reason why I'm harping on that. I'm saying, is she supposed to be, or anyone, is the woman supposed to be saying, what's his potential, what's his future earning potential, or what's his future potential for growth, what's our future potential together? Or is she strictly supposed to be saying, we have a good connection, I love this person, we'll figure it out? Like, it, you're saying it should be a business decision.
Right, but a business decision is not always cut and dry, black and white, the way that we paint it. It's not always based off of what he makes, right?
Kind of
Okay.
like trials. Kind of like trials. All right,
There we go.
Nothing like
circle back to it.
But I also find it very
There's nothing
interesting
like
that in
trials.
all of this discussion, no one has been talking about growing apart. And so for me, the foundational things that I want, I recognize that I'm going to continue to grow, and I want to be with a man who hopefully grows in the same direction as me in ways where we continue to be compatible despite our growth. So I think that when you're talking about whether it's education or whatever your qualities are, know yourself and think to yourself, what are some of the qualities that I would like to see in a partner so that we can both grow together?
But what if he outgrows you? And what if you no longer, based off of how it is that you just defined it, what if you no longer worthy to stand next to him based off of where it is that he is in his life? Is he supposed to leave you?
Well, I think that's something that happens in relationships all the time, but I think you at least owe it to yourself to at least explore and make an attempt at being in a relationship where you both are growing similarly. So
here's the problem with that. Here's the problem. In my personal opinion, marriage is not about finding partnership. It's about finding a husband and finding a wife. And those roles are very, very, very clearly defined, right? And so I find marriage to be a sense of duty. I find love to be an action word, right? When I give my word, when you gave your word, right, and you took your oath to become a lawyer, you swore to uphold whatever those principles are or whatever it is, or in order to continue to be a lawyer or take the bar. I don't know what y'all do, right? But I know that at some point, you are held to a higher standard as a result of being a lawyer. And it's the same thing when it comes to marriage. You say till death do us part, and in sickness and in health, for richer or for poor, right? I don't believe in getting divorced. I don't believe in ever leaving. I don't believe in outgrowing. We going in this same direction together. It's me and you till death do us part. Ain't no other options. Ain't no plan B. Ain't no divorce. Ain't nothing except for me and you till death do us part. And that's why when I got married when I was 22 years old, and I'm 41 years old today, I am blissfully married. And my wife does not have an education as far as higher education and a degree and all of this other type of stuff. And I am wildly successful. And it's because we've defined our roles, and we don't look at each other as better than each other, but we understand that I'm a man and she's a woman, and it's not a partnership. It's a defined thing that allows for us to be successful because we truly living in our purpose of what a relationship is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And so there will never be a divorce. I will never get divorced. There is no other option. And there is a sense of duty because we both took vows before God in front of witnesses that said that this is what we're going to do. So it ain't no outgrowing her. I'm dragging her ass along with me if she's not what it is that she needs to be at that time. And then if I'm not what it is that I need to be at that time, then she going to support me. She going to get behind me, and she going to continue to push me until I continue to be that thing. Marriage is not how it is that we define it in modern society today. It is a sense of purpose. And until we really understand what we get into, it will never ever be what we're supposed to be.
It's not a business decision. If you're
it is a business decision.
Purpose. If you're saying it's a sense of purpose, then that's coming more from an emotion, a feeling, something you're passionate about. That's not saying I saw my wife and I was like, you know what? I think that she's going to be able to make really good meatloaf. She can, cook. She can clean. So I'm going to.
When you sign that contract that says that you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do, is that a business decision or is that a sense of emotion?
When? What thing?
When you sign a contract.
I personally think that business is very personal because it's
When
how
you sign
you
a
do business.
contract, is that a business decision or is it a personal decision?
I think it's both.
I
Exactly.
think
So
I think it's a contract.
just because you're leading with business first does not mean that it's not personal. Also, just because I understand that marriage is a business first, don't mean that I don't love my wife. It's
Right. I
both.
didn't think
But
you
it
did.
has to be business first because the business will keep you when the love is no longer there. When you
Mhm.
get mad at that person, you're not just going to walk out the door because your vows and you gave your word and you have to keep your word, which is the thing that's going to continue to define whether or not you really who you say you was when you got married because
Right.
that oath meant something. And so it's both, but you still lead with the business first and the business will keep you when the character doesn't. When
So
you fall,
I think we're saying the same thing because I'm saying women are looking for their partner based on whatever they perceive is this man has a track record for success or he can take our family in a successful way. And some people are saying, well, if he completed a degree, and some people are saying, well, if he holds XYZ type of job, and some people are saying, well, you know what, if he can surf or if he learned how to do something extremely difficult like dancing with fire, that means to that individual person, based on their life experience, that if they partner with this person, that's going to lead them on a trajectory for stability and success, whatever the definition is within their relationship. So I don't think we're saying different things. I think that we're saying the exact same thing. I think the issue is that we need to teach modern women versus wives, modern women, how
let
to
me ask you a question,
articulate
Suan.
how to articulate what it is that they're actually looking for, because what they're actually looking for is someone who can offer and who can say, okay, you know, this is what I have going on, this is the vision, this would be our my vision if I'm with you.
Let me
um
ask you a question, Suan.
mhm.
What if y'all go broke? What if somebody gets sick? Then what happens?
Then I definitely
Everybody
think
goes
it's
broke.
you, and you have to have an actual relationship. You have to actually have a connection with the person
No,
and
no,
a,
no. Because again, you
and then
saying
you can
that
build it back.
you're saying that this is about who's going to be a good family man, who's going to take care of the family, who's going to all of this other type of stuff. All of this stuff. What happens when somebody cheats? Do you get divorced? What happens when somebody goes broke? What happens if somebody gets super sick? Do you outgrow that person? Do you then move on? Do you make modifications? Do we get divorced? Do we then depend on, because everything that I'm hearing is based off of what's best for me, right? I'm not hearing a sense of purpose with regard to how a relationship is supposed to work. And I even keep hearing the word partner. We not partners. I am your husband and you are my wife. It is a difference. It is a huge difference. This is not a 50. It will never be equal. It will never be 50-50. It is never going to be that way. And so, what happens when these life events hit you? How do you, what happens when they came into this relationship and they said, I wanted you to be a great family man, and you find out that she can't have kids? What happens then?
I am going to let Cirillo and Simone go so we can close.
Thank you. This is
Yo,
extremely dynamic. You guys have a great night and make sure to check out my YouTube channel.
We're
Girl,
over
is that
it.
legal? Next week we'll have a new, I'll be revealing new background check results on someone whose significant other is nowhere near who they thought they would be. So see
mm,
you guys later.
oh yeah. I'm be on the lookout for that one. Uh, but yeah, well, one Sue, thanks so much for inviting me on today.
Thank you,
It's always
Cirillo.
good to see you.
Thank you,
Anton, good to
Simone.
meet you, brother. Appreciate your insight and all your thoughts. But look, yo, y'all can follow me across all social media platforms. It's just my first and last name. If y'all want to drop it in the actual comments, cool. If not, it's okay. Also, follow Black with No Chaser across all social media platforms. Subscribe on our website. Please do that. And yeah, until next time, man. Be out.
Thank you, Rillo.